LPBW's Zach Roloff reveals where he stands with family after falling out. Introduction: a family once united by reality TV, Little People, Big World, LPBW, introduced the world to the Roloff family in 2006, documenting their lives on Roloff farms and bringing national attention to the challenges and triumphs of a family where 3 of its members live with dwarfism. Among the show's most beloved figures was Zach Roloffson of Matt and Amy Roloff, whose candid nature, love for soccer, and eventual marriage to Tori made him a fan favorite. Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. For Roloff family latest news update, please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. But in recent years, the Roloff family narrative has taken a dramatic turn. After over 2 decades of filming and deeply personal moments shared with the public, fractures within the family became increasingly visible. 1 year after the show's final season, Zach is breaking his silence in a series of interviews and online posts, shedding light on where he stands with his father Matt, his mother Amy, his siblings Jeremy, Jacob, and Molly, and what the future looks like for the once close-knit Roloff clan. The turning point: Roloff, farms, and the Great Divide. The tension within the Roloff family became undeniable when discussions over the future of Roloff farms took a sharp turn. Zach and his wife Tori had expressed a clear desire to purchase a portion of the farm and continue the family legacy. However, negotiations with Matt Roloff failed, something that Zach would later describe as difficult and disappointing. In a particularly emotional episode, Zach shared, "My dad and I couldn't come to terms. It wasn't just about money, it was how it all went down, how we were treated during the talks. That's when I felt the distance really set in." Zach and Tori ultimately moved to Battleground, Washington in 2021, hours away from the farm that had defined his childhood and career on TV. Life after Roloff Farms. A new chapter with Tori and the kids. Zach and Tori's decision to relocate was met with support from fans who sympathized with their desire for independence. Their 3 children, Jackson, Lila, and Josiah, became the center of their lives. Through Instagram and YouTube updates, the couple chronicled their parenting journey, renovations in their new home, and holidays spent away from the rest of the Roloffs. Zach revealed that the move allowed them to breathe. "It gave us space. For the first time, we were just a regular family, not part of a reality show, not in the middle of negotiations or farm drama, just us." Zach versus Matt Roloff, a father-son rift that shaped everything. The central tension lay between Zach and Matt. For fans who had watched Zach defend his father during earlier seasons, especially amid Matt and Amy's divorce, the fallout felt especially heartbreaking. Matt, on his end, stated publicly that he didn't feel Zach was ready to manage the property, something Zach took as both an insult and a betrayal. Zach has since clarified, "It wasn't that we were unprepared, it's that we weren't trusted. I've worked on that farm since I could walk. To be told I couldn't handle it, it hurt." This fundamental disagreement wasn't just about business. It reflected a deeper misunderstanding of values, vision, and respect between father and son. The Jeremy factor. Parallel paths, separate dreams. Adding to the tension was Jeremy Roloff, Zach's twin, who also expressed interest in owning part of the farm. However, like Zach, his proposal was turned down. While Jeremy and his wife Audrey focused on their own ventures, including writing books, launching a marriage podcast, and buying a home in Hillsborough, there's been a noticeable distance between the brothers. Zach addressed this subtly. "Jeremy and I love each other. We just live different lives now. We're not as close as we used to be, and that's okay." Still, fans speculate that the parallel rejections from Matt may have exacerbated the unspoken competition between the twins, even if they've both moved on in their own ways. Amy Roloff, the bridge between 2 worlds. Amid all the tension, Amy Roloff has tried to maintain peace. Though she's no longer married to Matt and has her own life with husband Chris Merrick, she remains close to Zach and Tori, often visiting their home and spending time with the grandchildren. Amy commented on the family fracture during a recent Instagram quanda. "It's hard, but families go through things. I love all my kids. I try to support them wherever they are, however I can." Zach appreciates her efforts, but doesn't shy away from saying he sometimes felt like he had to take sides. "My mom's always been there, but even she was caught in the middle at times." What about Jacob and Molly? Quiet lives, different choices. Zach maintains a neutral stance when asked about his youngest brother Jacob and his only sister Molly. Both have stepped away from the spotlight. Molly lives in Spokane, Washington, and Jacob, once the family's most rebellious member, now lives back on the farm in a different capacity, working on property maintenance and projects with Matt. Zach explained, "We're not super close, but there's no drama with Jacob or Molly. We just don't talk as much. That's natural as we all grow up and follow different paths." This live and let live approach reflects a quieter understanding between siblings who were never meant to share the same trajectory. 1 year without LPBW life without the cameras. When Little People, Big World aired its final season in 2023, it marked the end of an era. For Zach, it was a bittersweet goodbye. The show gave us so much, but it also took a lot out of us. There's a cost to sharing every moment of your life, every fight, every celebration. Since then, Zach has focused on coaching youth soccer, home improvement projects, and deepening his bond with his kids. The distance from the cameras has helped him heal. Tori's influence, the anchor in the storm. Tori Roloff has been a steady presence through Zach's highs and lows. Her open and honest social media presence has given fans a window into their evolving family life. She's also fiercely protective of her husband. In one memorable post, Tori wrote, "I've seen Zach hurt. I've seen him disrespected, but he keeps showing up. For our kids, for me, for himself. He's stronger than people think." Zach credits her with helping him navigate the painful parts of his family rift. The Roloff legacy, what happens to the farm now? Matt Roloff's decision to sell part of the farm or convert it into a short-term rental drew criticism from longtime fans. Zach admitted that he no longer feels emotionally tied to the property. "The legacy isn't the land, it's the values we carry. It's how I raise my kids. That's what matters now." Still, the fate of Roloff Farms remains a symbolic center of the family drama, one that may never fully be resolved. Conclusion: a family in transition. 1 year after the cameras stopped rolling, Zach Roloff is still figuring out what family means outside the frame of a reality show. He's not fully estranged, but he's not entirely at peace either. What he's building now, away from the farm, away from the show, is a life defined by intention rather than legacy. "I still love my family. I always will. But loving someone doesn't mean you always agree. Sometimes it means loving them from a distance." Zach Roloff may have stepped back from LPBW, but his journey as a son, a husband, a father is far from over. And in that quiet evolution,